Welcome back. Now we go outside to Laura Booth with your 5-day weather forecast.
I hope you pulled out your long johns because today is definitely the day to do it. This afternoon, we can expect a mix of sun and clouds with a 30% chance of flurries this evening. Here's your 5-day weather forecast. We've already reached our low today with a chilly minus 19 degrees. Our high is a balmy negative 11 this evening. Thursday, the clouds will clear and we will reach a high of minus 17 degrees. Friday will get a little bit warmer with a high of negative 7, but it will be a cloudy one. And thankfully, we will get some relief over the weekend. The sun will come out. Saturday will reach a high of minus 6 and a low of minus 9, and Sunday will be a little warmer with a high of minus 1. That's all for your weather update. Now back to the newsroom. I'm Laura Booth.
Attawapiskat Chief Teresa Spence is expected to announce an end to her liquids-only hunger strike within hours. Plans are underway to end the 6-week fast with a sunrise ceremony tomorrow morning in Ottawa. Sources say Spence is giving up on the Prime Minister's office and turning to opposition leaders for support. Interim Liberal leader Bob Rae, NDP leader Tom Mulcair, and possibly Chief Sean Atleo of the Assembly of First Nations are expected to sign a 13-point declaration vowing to pursue Spence's cause.
Now turning to national and international news. After a narrow win in last night's election, weakened Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is reaching out to centrist parties with coalition plans in mind. Israeli media says with all votes nearly counted, each bloc holds about 60 of Parliament's 120 seats. Most expected an easy victory for Netanyahu and the right, but a new left centrist party, Yesh Atid, had a surprisingly strong showing. Under Israel's parliamentary system, people vote for parties, not candidates. Netanyahu called early elections 3 months ago.
Secretary of State Hillary Clinton took the stand today defending the way she dealt with attacks on the U.S. consulate in Libya last year. Clinton delivered her testimony before Congress, accepting responsibility and promising a safer future. The attacks on the anniversary of September 11th left 4 Americans dead, including Ambassador Chris Stevens. Congressional Republicans have accused the Obama administration of ignoring signs of deteriorating security in Libya. But during her testimony, Clinton said her faith in America's future is stronger now than ever before.
British Prime Minister David Cameron says he will give citizens a say on whether or not Great Britain should leave the European Union. In a speech in London earlier today, Cameron said if his Conservative Party wins the next general election, expected in 2015, he will hold a referendum vote on whether to stay in the EU. This announcement has caused some frustration among other EU members as they struggle to curb the Eurozone debt crisis. But Cameron said his first priority is not to leave the EU, but to renegotiate the EU treaty. He said a referendum would not take place until the crisis in the Eurozone is resolved.
And now with your sports news, here's Mark Mullen.
Humber's men's and women's basketball teams are in action tonight. Both are on the road to take on the Mohawk Mountaineers. The men are 17-6, coming off 2 straight wins against Algoma and Sioux College. The Hawks are looking to extend their streak to 3 games. Mohawk is rolling on a 3-game win streak themselves. The Mountaineers are 10-2 on the season and have held their last 3 opponents to under 70 points. Humber's women's team has 7 wins and 4 losses on the season. The Mountaineers are an even 5-5 and are on a 2-game skid. The last time these teams met was in November, with the Humber men losing 57-53 and the women coming out on top 52-37. Tip-off is at 6 for the women and 8 for the men. In NHL action, the Toronto Maple Leafs are on the road to face off against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Leafs forward Nazem Kadri is looking to extend his 2-game point streak against the 2-0 Pens. The Leafs are 1-1 in the first 2 games of the season, and Kadri leads the team in points with 2 goals, along with center Tyler Bozak, who has 1 goal and 1 assist. Leafs goalie Ben Scrivens has only 3 goals against, but it'll be interesting to see how he can fare against the Pens. Pittsburgh is known for having some goal scorers like Evgeny Malkin and Sidney Crosby, but the Leafs will also have to be on the lookout for James Neal, who has 3 goals in 2 games. Malkin leads the team in points with 4 assists, and Crosby has only registered 1 assist so far. The Pens have 2 goalies they can rely on in Marc-Andre Fleury and Thomas Vokoun, both who played solid in their starts this season. Last time these teams met was back in March, and the Pens came out on top 3-2. Puck drop is at 7. In other NHL action tonight, The Boston Bruins are heading to Madison Square Garden to take on the New York Rangers in a classic Eastern Conference tilt at 7:30. The Calgary Flames visit the Rogers Arena to face off against the Vancouver Canucks in a battle of Western Canada at 10. And the Phoenix Coyotes will host the Colorado Avalanche at 10 as well. The Toronto Raptors are also in action tonight. They host the visiting Miami Heat. The Raptors are coming off a big win over the star-studded Los Angeles Lakers on Sunday and are looking to keep it going. Raps point guard Jose Calderon led the team with 22 points. The Raptors are 11th in the Eastern Conference standings, while the Heat are in first. That's all for sports. Back to you in the studio.
That's all for Humber News today. Thanks for joining us. I'm Daniel Bazzelli.
And I'm Katie Boyven. Humber News is written and produced by students of the journalism program at the North Campus. You can also catch us online on YouTube. We'll see you next time.